More rides, more restaurants, more shows, and more superheroes. Disneyland is not staying quiet, y'all, so it's time we look at what's currently in the works. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we're heading towards the West Coast today. Disneyland is going to be keeping busy these next couple years, and we're going to talk about what you can expect to see come 2023, 2024, and as a bonus, we're also going to be talking about what new attractions popped up this year too, that you can experience right now. Planning a Disneyland trip soon? We got a full itinerary to send your way, which includes all the must-dos of Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, as well as fun extras to squeeze in along the way. Drop us your email at disneyfoodblog.com/Disneyland checklist, and we'll send the schedule your way. No Disney Genie required. But let's address one of the biggest changes happening in Disneyland first that we can expect to see very, very soon. There is a new ride coming. Since March 2022, Disneyland's been without a huge chunk of its park. Toontown has been missing. Well, not missing as in lost, but just under major renovations. But in early 2023, this section is reopening and will look completely different while still keeping that wacky, colorful, cartoony charm that we all know and love. So what's going to be changing in Toontown? First, you've got Centennial Park, which will feature tons of new immersive experiences for kiddos to play, slide, spin, splash, touch, and listen to, which sounds like a click adventure computer game to me. Some of these immersive areas include a play fountain featuring Mickey and Minnie that's supposed to take on a whole new look after the sun sets. Don't know what that means yet exactly, but I'm here for it. And an exploratory dreaming tree inspired by the very tree Walt Disney would daydream under when he was younger back in Marceline, Missouri. But one of the biggest additions coming to this area is the trackless dark ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Runaway Railway has been in Disney's Hollywood Studios since 2020, and it's making its grand debut on the West Coast in Disneyland's Toontown. Instead of being housed at the Grauman's Chinese Theater replica like it is in Orlando, this Runaway Railway will take place in the El Capitan Theater, which, much like the rest of the area, is going to feature multiple interactive play points designed by the Toontown Hysterical Society to keep the kiddos entertained while they're waiting in line. Worried about some of your favorite attractions leaving the scene once Toontown reopens? Don't be. Even with all the new stuff, you'll still be able to experience Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, Mickey's House, Minnie's House, and Donald's Boat too. Other attractions like Gadget's Go Coaster and Goofy's House will also reopen with this refresh section, but will be reimagined with new ways to experience the fan favorite classics. Though the Toontown expansion is coming close to completion, there are some park expansions that are in their beginning stages that we can't wait to hear more about. So let's hop on over to Disney California Adventure for a bit and see what big plans are going on over there. Now, just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe has expanded over the past decade, Avengers Campus is also about to expand and will feature more of the multiverse than ever before. The new multiverse area will be the center stage for a brand new Marvel ride, and although this ride is still shrouded in mystery, I'll fill you in on what we know about it so far. During the course of this story, you'll battle alongside the Avengers, dream come true, right? And you'll come face to face with Thanos, but not just any Thanos, King Thanos, a brand new villain you won't even find in the MCU. Other than that, we're still pretty in the dark about what this ride's going to be like. We know that a similar attraction was originally announced back when Avengers Campus was first opening, which was supposed to take place on a Quinjet and take riders to Wakanda to fight alongside the Avengers. So this could be the same. It could also be one very much like Rise of the Resistance in Disneyland and Hollywood Studios, or it could be more on the screen-based side of things. All we know for certain right now is that it's in the works, but I'll be sure to update you once I get more word on it. And now it's time to say so long to one of the OG areas of DCA to make way for the new. You may hate the idea, you may love it, but either way, it's happening. Pacific Wharf is being replaced and reimagined into a completely new area centered around the Disney animated movie Big Hero 6. Before this announcement, Big Hero 6 hadn't gotten a whole lot of love in the parks other than the Baymax meet and greets and maybe a little snippet of performance time on the castle projection shows. But now, Pacific Wharf will be completely transformed into San Francisco. The Disney website describes this new area as a place where East meets West in technology meets tradition. Though this concept is still in early stages and Pacific Wharf is still alive and kicking for the time being, when this area is finished, it'll feature brand new shops, restaurants, and of course, a Baymax meet and greet area. Ba-la-la-la-la-la. One request, DCA, could you still keep the fresh baked bread, please? We really need that sourdough. So DCA isn't the only area in the Disneyland bubble that's going to be seeing new restaurants start to pop up. As much as we already enjoy the offerings available in downtown Disney, it's hard to compare it to a place like Disney Springs, where there are literally hundreds of different shops and restaurants and activities to explore. But downtown Disney is starting to play catch-up during their upcoming shopping district expansion. Thanks to the Disneyland Forward proposal made to the city of Anaheim for the giant expansion of Disneyland's parks, resorts, and downtown Disney district, downtown Disney is about to see a boom in businesses and will feature more than a dozen new and reimagined locations. A couple of these include the award-winning family-owned Asian restaurant Din Tai Fung, which originated in Taipei, Taiwan, and is most well known for its handcrafted soup dumplings, yay, and the ever-popular Southern California bakery with Cuban-inspired dishes, Porto's. Again, there's no exact date for when we should see these new additions start appearing in the downtown Disney scene, but we'll be on the lookout for more news about official construction timelines. So many areas in Disneyland are getting full-on makeovers, and that includes this next item on our list. In 2018, Disney California Adventure rethemed their entire Paradise Pier area, transforming it into Pixar Pier, which brought with it new and reimagined rides and new areas to snack and dine and shop. But even though Paradise Pier was no more, the Paradise Pier Hotel remained until now. Paradise Pier Hotel will be morphing into the refreshed Pixar Place Hotel. According to the Disney website, this one will weave the artistry of Pixar into its comfortable contemporary setting. Judging by the concept art, it really does remind me of the vibes going on at Disney's Contemporary Resort over in Orlando, Florida, but like if the Contemporary had fully committed to the Pixar bit instead of just retheming the tower rooms with Incredibles characters. The new theming will keep you immersed in the Pixar universe from the moment you step into the lobby and see Luxo Lamp balancing on the iconic Pixar ball to when you walk straight into Pixar Pier itself through the resort guests only entrance that leads you between Seaside Souvenirs and Corndog Castle. Fun fact, you can actually use this new entrance right now since it opened for Paradise Pier guests earlier this year. Currently, you can still book a room at Paradise Pier as is, so if you want one last stay in this Disneyland resort in its OG form, you're going to need to grab reservations soon. Now, for all of you planning on hitting up Disneyland in 2024, you're not going to want to miss out on these two major updates that could completely change the way you plan your future itineraries. Run Disney races are returning to the Disneyland scene in 2024, so you've got some time to catch up on your training. This offering hasn't been available in Anaheim since 2017, but now it's coming back. Expect to see fun-themed races, specialty offerings along the route, and some really early mornings, so don't rely on that snooze button too much on race day. We first heard about the Splash Mountain retheme back in 2020, but now we're starting to get more and more details about what's happening with this transforming log flume ride. Tiana's Bayou Adventure will take place after the events of Princess and the Frog, when Happily Ever After is in full force, and during New Orleans' big Mardi Gras carnival season. Expect to find lots of new tech and original songs and colors, lots and lots of colors. Along with new characters that you'll meet along the way, you'll also see familiar faces and voices from characters like Louis, Mama Odie, Prince Naveen, and of course Princess Tiana herself. This Splash Mountain transformation will be taking place in both Disneyland and Magic Kingdom by later 2024, so much like Paradise Pier, you still have a chance to ride the log flume in its original form before it switches over for good, but we don't know for how much longer. Now let's jump back to 2023. What can you expect to find as we kick off the new year, which is in like a month, right? Okay. First up, the Disney 100 celebration. You know how Disney World's 50th anniversary has been like a big deal in Orlando and is going to continue to be until the end of March next year? Well, now Disney's getting ready to celebrate another major milestone, but not just for Disney World, for the Disney Company as a whole. On October 16th, 2023, the Walt Disney Company will be celebrating its 100th birthday. We are in triple digits now, y'all. But instead of waiting to celebrate until October, Disneyland's kicking off the celebration starting January 27th, 2023. So what does that mean for Disneyland? Well, it means platinum. Lots and lots of platinum. Platinum character wardrobes, exclusive platinum merchandise, even platinum decorations strung across Sleeping Beauty Castle. But Sleeping Beauty Castle isn't just getting new banners and frills draped across it, it's getting major additions. You're going to be able to see Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather freely using their magic to make the front of the castle shimmer with pink and blue decor, of course, to make things fair. On either side of the castle, 2 new fountains will be added for a little extra water magic thrown in the mix, and to literally top it all off, a wishing star will hover over the castle in the center of it all. Does that mean we're allowed to make several wishes throughout the day? Because I've got a list. Not to mention, you can also expect tons of new food and beverage offerings, and you know we're going to be trying them as soon as we can get our hands on them. Biggest new offerings as a result of the Disney 100 celebration deserve a point of their own. We've got new and returning shows. Disneyland and DCA are going to be ready to party into the night. At Disney California Adventure, a new World of Color show called World of Color 1 will explore the timeline of Disney storytelling over the past 100 years by featuring both classic and new Disney films via water techniques and lots of colorful lights. And over in Disneyland, another new nighttime spectacular will be taking place on Sleeping Beauty Castle called Wondrous Journeys. Once again, expect to see lots of call-outs to Disney animation across the years with new castle projections, fireworks, and an all-new soundtrack that we got to hear during the D23 convention this year, and it's very catchy. Both these shows will start up around the Disney 100 kickoff. In the meantime, you'll be able to see Sleeping Beauty Castle's holiday show, Wintertime Enchantment, from November 11th until January 8th. But there is more. Disneyland's Magic Happens parade is finally returning, which I love. Magic Happens originally debuted in early 2020, and although we really liked what we saw during the brief time we had it, the parade has been dark ever since the pandemic closures. But now, she's coming back, meaning we'll be able to see the return of floats featuring characters like Sorcerer Mickey, Moana, Miguel, Anna and Elsa, Cinderella, Tiana, Aurora, and so many more that we're ready to see winding around the parade route again. I just hope Merlin is as animated as he was when it was first here in 2020. He was amazing. And there will also be a new song accompanying this parade, which Disney says will bring a lot of high energy to the scene. Magic Happens will debut at Disneyland Park in spring 2023, and although this is a daytime event, it seems to be taking the place of Disneyland's nighttime parade, the Main Street Electrical Parade, which had its last hurrah on September 1st. I'd be more sad about that, but I feel like the Main Street Electrical Parade has been resurrected more times than a soap opera character, so we're probably going to see it again in the future. Now, there's something on the horizon heading to Disneyland soon, like really soon, as in this year soon. Let's talk about some new meet and greets. If you were part of the fan base who binge watched Disney Plus's Mandalorian series, you best be getting ready to meet the stars of the show. The Mandalorian and Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, will be making their way to the planet of Batuu at Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland this November. Yeah, like now. So stay alert as we learn more updates about the exact details of where this meet and greet's gonna happen and what day you should expect to see this dynamic duo in the park. All I know right now is that the sneak peek we got to see during the D23 convention was exciting because everyone needs a Grogu companion in a little satchel. It is just instant serotonin. As we're waiting for some of these major changes to happen at Disneyland, what kind of new things can you experience right now in the parks? Well, Disneyland might not have had a whole lot of new stuff released in 2022, but we were happy to see a few new and returning experiences show up. First off, Disneyland brought back early theme park entry this summer for Disneyland Resort guests, which, much like Disney World, will allow you to enter either of the parks on any day 30 minutes before they open for the rest of the public. Now, unlike Disney World, Disneyland has also gone ahead and brought back their merchandise delivery perk, meaning you can have souvenirs that you purchase in the park or in downtown Disney delivered back to your resort, so you don't have to worry about carrying them around all day. Come on, Disney World, take notes. In late September, we got to see new Disney technology tested in Disney California Adventure when the Hulk had a limited time meet and greet in Avengers Campus. Now, the Hulk was huge, and I know that sounds like a no-duh statement, but thanks to the Project EXO tech Disney's been testing out, we got to meet the Hulk in all his massive green glory. Unfortunately, the Hulk hasn't been out in the parks for a bit, so we're not quite sure when he'll become a permanent meet and greet character in DCA, but we'll update you when we hear more. Now, Disney Genie Plus has also been a major factor in Disneyland this year. This new planning tool was first introduced to the California parks at the tail end of 2021. In most ways, Disneyland's version works a lot like Disney World's version. You can either purchase the standard Genie Plus option, which will give you access to the lightning lanes for several of the Disneyland and DCA rides, meaning you'll be able to bypass those main queues in exchange for much shorter lines, or you can purchase a la carte lightning lanes for the most popular attractions per person per single ride. At Disneyland, the a la carte ride featured is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, and for DCA, right now it's Radiator Springs Racers. There are, however, two big differences between Disney World's and Disneyland's Genie Plus systems. First off, though both Genie Pluses have that surge price factor to keep in mind, meaning you'll pay a different amount for these services daily depending on the demand, Disneyland's surge price range is higher than Disney World's at the moment. Disney World's Genie Plus Plus option could range between $15 and $22 per person per day, while Disneyland's Genie Plus prices start at $25 per person per day, meaning you could see it push into the $30 range on busier days. But with that $25 plus price, you'll also be able to download all your PhotoPass pictures you take throughout the day, which isn't a Genie Plus option in Disney World. Now, on October 26th, Magic Band Plus debuted on Disneyland grounds too, which is the first time California has had any kind of Magic Band presence in their parks ever. Though Disney World has been well in the Magic Band game since 2013, Disneyland's kind of been behind on the times, but now Disneyland's given their guests the ability to save all their park, hotel, and ticket reservations and their PhotoPass and Genie Plus info in one convenient location around your wrist. These Magic Band Plus accessories also have other immersive features like those lights and haptic vibrations that interact with the nighttime spectaculars and an all-new bounty hunter experience inside Batuu. Not to mention, these bands can also help you interact with elements around Avengers Campus. Magic Band Plus accessories range in price between $35 and $55 depending on what design you choose, and heads up, you don't have to use one at all if you don't want to. And although we're still waiting on the new shops to open in downtown Disney, we did get a new Princess and the Frog boutique in Disneyland this September called Eudora's Chic Boutique, featuring Tiana's Gourmet Secrets. This little shop on New Orleans Square sells kitchen accessories, cookbooks, and New Orleans-inspired merch, so it fits into the area. Disneyland has a whole lot coming your way, and although we don't know all the exact dates and timelines for lots of these experiences, it is safe to say that 2023 and 2024 are going to keep us on our toes over there on the West Coast. In the meantime, don't forget to pick up our jam-packed Disneyland itinerary for free by sending us your email at disneyfoodblog.com/Disneyland checklist. And keep checking back here to learn more about the latest news and announcements for all the Disney parks. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.